Hello guys, welcome back to Edwigealamode, where I share all things fabulous. Oh wow, it feels so strange to be back. Elephant in the room, my hair's out. I washed it yesterday, gave it a nice clean, and I made a nice protein mask for it. And I'm loving it. Like, the texture is so nice, but I do need to cut the ends. As you can see, like, they need trimming. I'm gonna do that later. But your girl is back. Edwige is back. Tell your friends. Oh wow, guys, it feels very strange. This is the first time in a long time that I have switched on the camera. It's been a good 2.5 months. And I know you guys have so many questions, but don't worry, we're gonna answer everything in this video. I don't know where to begin. I missed you guys so much, first of all. But yeah, let's do this part of the vlog, and then I need to plait my hair, put on a nice wig. We're gonna sit down for 10-15 minutes and catch up. So this is kind of like a life update, if you like. You know, your girl's happy, I can't complain. Like, look at that. Oh, collarbones are showing. My pecs are coming through, guys. Look at that. Pecs are coming through. What? Can you? What? So, guys, I want to show you what Haute Florist sent me. Like, this is their majestic bouquet, and look at that. It's so beautiful. I cannot wait to bring it out for you guys. This is my absolute favorite bouquet from Haute Florist. You guys, oh my god, they even threw in some chocolates in for me. Thank you so much, guys. Wow. And there's a bag. This is how you spell the brand. This bouquet will put a smile on any woman's face. Like, look at how massive it is. It's so huge. I just want to put my face in it. It's really, really pretty, gorgeous flowers. I'm so in love. Thank you so much, Haute Florist, for this. Like, you guys are amazing. I love you, and I cannot wait for what this year has to bring for us in terms of working together, partnership.
You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight.
So hello guys, welcome back to the vlog. Today is another day, and before we get into where I've been, I just want to quickly show you a quick unboxing of my new laptop. So basically, my laptop died the other day. I think it was last week. I was just getting ready to come back to work, and I was like, okay, cool, let me switch on my laptop. I mean, I knew it was dying anyway, but I kind of thought we had a few months together in 2023, and then I'll just get another one. So yeah, I tried to turn it on, it wouldn't turn on. I was like, what is happening? I spoke to Dorky. She's like, Charlie, plug it in, leave it for about 10-15 minutes, it might just come back on. Nothing. So I was like, forget it. So yeah, so I went out and I got a new one. So I thought, let me unbox it for you. I have more things to unbox, but I thought I would do that in a separate video, just because we kind of have a bit to catch up on. So yeah, let me get into it. So I went for the MacBook. I went for the MacBook Air. Sorry, I went for the 13-inch MacBook Air. It's 256 gigabyte. This, I'm gonna go ahead and open this up so that I can show you what it looks like. I'm super excited because I really want to switch up my editing game this year, and it makes sense to have a brand new laptop that's going to be a lot more faster. Cool. So here we are. This is the box, and I'm just gonna open it up, and here we have my new baby. So I opted for the dark gray just because I wanted something that was a bit different to what I had previously. And I'm not even sure if you can see it, and to be honest with you, this feels a lot more lighter compared to my last one. And I had mine for 7 years actually. I've had it for 7 years, so it lasted me quite a long time actually. So here is the laptop. and I'm just going to take off the plastic. And the reason why I wanted something that was quite airy was that if I travel, or when I travel, I want to be able to bring my laptop so that I can work. And I remember, like, when I traveled with Dilam in the summer, my laptop was so heavy and it was so hard to walk around with it. So this is the dark grey. How sleek does that look? It just looks super sleek, super chic, and I'm here for it. It's giving everything fabulous, darling. Just how we like it. So as you open the laptop, oh, as you opened it, it switches on. So ta-da! I'm gonna take off the little package thing there, and there's my new baby. There she is. I'm super excited because we are going to be doing a lot of projects this year. And baby, are you ready? Are you ready for me? I recommend MacBooks because I've had mine for 7 years, like I mentioned, and it lasted me a very long time. I've done majority of my videos on it. So yeah, I'm super excited to use this new baby. There goes my new laptop. Okay, cool. Let's get into today's video because I know you guys have been dying to know what has been happening with me. I know you noticed that I went quiet, silent, missing, MIA, whatever you want to call it, from the end of October to now. I've not posted anything on YouTube. Instagram, I have been trying my best here and there to stay active, but your girl had an operation. I was quite reluctant to do this video, hence why I've put it in a vlog. And the reason why I was quite reluctant to do this video, and I thought it was quite important to share, it was simply because I was a main language. Press the return key. Sorry, my laptop is talking. Why are you speaking? I'm in the middle of filming. What's wrong with you? Oh my goodness. How do I switch this off? It should be the same as the other one, right? OMG. How do I switch this off? Oh, here we go. Let me switch it off, guys. I'm trying to give the girls some tea over here. What is wrong with you? So, where was I? Yes, I was quite reluctant to share my story, even the slightest, just because I was afraid of people's opinion. And it wasn't until I was at my sister's house with my friend, and my friend was like, Edwige, you've become too concerned about what people have to say about you. And I worked so hard to not care about people's opinions, and only to care about those who love me, those who appreciate me. Like, I respect their opinion and I trust it. But it's like, you're thinking too much about the outsiders. Like, why? And I was like, you know what, this is so true. I should not be afraid to share my story because people are going to judge me. Like, people will judge you regardless anyway. And this is something that I want to stop doing in 2023, is not being my authentic self because it upsets somebody else. Like, that's not my business. As long as I know I'm not hurting no one, as long as I know my knees go on the floor at the end of the night, at the end of the day, to thank God, to ask God for forgiveness, then I'm good. As long as I'm not hurting no one, I'm good. As long as I'm living my life and being my true authentic self, that's all that matters. Like, I'm on the journey right now, and I'm definitely going to share that journey with you guys on this channel, because I think it's so important as a young black woman to share something like this. And I also realized that sharing this part of my life, of my story, could actually save somebody's life at home. When did I know that I was unwell? So I had fibroids. Okay, I knew that I had fibroids from, I think I wrote it here somewhere, but it was definitely around 6 years ago. Right, okay, so what causes fibroids? It's not actually really known. It could be food, it could be hormones, estrogen and progesterone. Progesterone, girl, 2 hormones that stimulates development of the urine lining during each menstrual cycle in preparation for pregnancy. So yeah, that's what causes fibroids. But a lot of the times I think it's food. I heard that it could be hair relaxers as well, so do take all of that in mind. So hair relaxers could be your hormones, estrogen, could be food, could be drinks, could be dairy products, could be a lot of things. So it's impossible to cut off everything, but everything in moderation. I had scans, I went to the hospital, and they told me that they were super small, nothing to worry about. And they were right, there was nothing to worry about. So fast forward now to 2019. My mum died in 2018. So when my mum died, my life shattered, my life changed, I changed, and like I said, a part of me died with her, and I'm rebuilding her back up because I've realized that my being has been affected, my soul has been crushed, right? And it's only during this time that I've been unwell that I've really been able to look deep within myself and really open myself up to God and really allow God to do the work within me, right? So when my mum died, I realized, well, no, I didn't realize, but when my mum died, I was really, I started eating really bad. I was stressed, and stress is fibroid's worst enemy, right? So I was super stressed. Now, anyone that comes to my life to stress me, Omo, leave me, please. I don't need this stress. Please, I'm okay, thank you. Even if you tell me, okay, no problem, leave me, that's fine. Because I don't have time. I don't have time because I've got to witness what stress can do to your body. So anyway, I was super stressed and I started eating stupidly, really bad, and all of that contributed to the growth of the fibroids, right? I'm not going to go into details and I'm not going to show you any pictures because I was able to see the pictures after the surgery, and I couldn't believe that this big huge things were in me. But anyway, so, and that's when I realized I had fibroids. 2019, I went to the doctors and they told me that the fibroids started to grow, but it was fine, because the reason why I went to the doctors was because my period got super heavy. I started feeling fatigue. I started feeling very tired. I had fatigue all the time. My sleeping started to get affected and I had insomnia always. So at the time, those were the symptoms. So we're going to quickly get into fibroids. What is fibroid? So I'm just on Google, and just so that I can get the right correct terms. So what are fibroids? So fibroids are non-cancerous growths that develops in or around the womb uterus. The growth are made up of muscles and fibrous tissues, and they vary in sizes, so they're not cancerous. And fibroids do not make having fibroids doesn't mean that you cannot have kids, okay? In some cases it can prevent you from having from carrying a child. Yes, when you have fibroids it can prevent you, but it doesn't mean that you're barren, that you cannot have kids, right? Because I feel like a lot of Africans especially don't really educate themselves on these things, and that's one of the things that I was afraid to share this with you guys, because I was like, I don't want people to say that I cannot have kids, because I can have kids. I'm actually very fertile, which is what the doctors told me, like, for somebody who has fibroids, you're very fertile. So I was like, thank God, we thank God. Yeah, so the symptoms I started to face towards the end of my journey. The worst period I have of fibroids was definitely 2022. 2022 was a very difficult year for me, mentally, spiritually and physically. I went through, especially towards May, June, July, August, September. I know you saw me living my best life. I was going out there doing my thing, working. I went out for my birthday, I traveled. I had to do those things because life was really happening behind the scenes for me. The symptoms were so excessive, I could barely work half of the times. My stomach was huge, and this is why I would get angry when people would make comments about my stomach. I've had a few people on here on Instagram make comments about my stomach saying, are you pregnant? Your stomach is so big, you look better if your stomach was flatter, la 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 la. And like, I get it, and this is the thing about the internet. I don't understand why people feel entitled to make comments. If I am pregnant, or if whatever, wait for me to announce it. Do you know what I mean? If something changes within me, wait for me to announce it. Making comments about women's bodies and saying, oh, you're pregnant, isn't a compliment, because you don't know why that person's stomach is like that. A lot of the times it's medical, and so much insecurities grew within me because I didn't like how I looked anymore. Sometimes I would get ready, I'd be like, I don't look like myself. I don't look like myself. I remember saying it to someone, like, I don't look like myself. and saying it to myself, even like, I don't look like myself, I don't feel like myself, because the symptoms were so much. So yeah, so I was getting insomnia, I couldn't sleep. Some days I'll go a whole week no sleep. Also my periods were so heavy. Every time I was on, I would bleed through. I would wake up to a blood bath, and and like heavy clots. And if you don't like blood or anything like that, I should have done a disclaimer, if you don't like blood or details of any sort, please switch off. But yeah, the blood clots that would come out of me left me speechless, because I've never seen anything like that before. Like lumps. When I was on my cycle, I just, half the times I couldn't move. I would be in my house. If I had appointments, I would cancel because I was that tired. I would look pale. It affected my mood, it affected my judgment, it affected everything, because I was in such a dark place, you know. I wasn't loving myself anymore like I used to, because I was always so tired. I was exhausted, my back was hurting me, and all of this on top of that, my stomach was so big, and just so, like, if you touched my stomach, it just felt rock hard at the lower left side. It felt super hard. Yeah, it just made life super difficult for me. There's nothing I did that didn't cause any pain. I stopped going to the gym because that was causing me pain. And they actually told me to stop to exercise, but not to lift, because that could burst the fibroids, or it could cause some damage, like whatever. So I stopped exercising. So as you can imagine, all of that really affected me. And another thing that was exhausting was that the whole of 2022, I spent every week going to the doctors. I had appointments back to back, going to the GP every week. And like where I live, I haven't actually signed up for a GP here. My general practice is actually where my dad lives, so I was traveling every week, once or twice a week, for the doctor to see me. And to be honest with you, I was only seen because we had a new practice. We had a new GP. Like, my doctor that I was seeing was a new person, and so the reason why I was seen, I wouldn't say quicker, because I noticed that I had this, and the pain was growing, and the fibroids were growing in 2019, 2020, 2021. That was 3 years. And the doctors never took me serious. Every time I complained about it, they'll say, oh, maybe, you know, just your period, maybe you're stressed, because obviously they knew about my mom, maybe because of your mom, la la la. I never ever went to see the gynecology. I only saw gynecology prior to that in 2017? Yeah, 2017, before my mum died, because I had some issues and I wanted to just double check. So they did a full scan. That's how I knew I had it, but it was okay. But now fast forward to that, no one took me serious. Only when we now had the old doctor left, and we had a black man GP come in. So he was the new GP that was there, and this man saw me every single week, to the point where, like, I knew things started moving super quickly when he came in, because he saw that I was in pain. He believed me. And he wanted to help me, you know. So he was literally calling gynecology every single week, sending them emails, checking on me to make sure that I was okay, giving me sick notes when needed. Like, he was literally just doing his best to make sure that I was okay. Even offered me therapy. Like, he literally did his thing, and I felt super grateful. Like, he gave me so much grace that no one else gave it to me before. And this is why I always say, like, when you don't feel well, you really have to go to the doctors. You really have to be precise on how you feel. And unfortunately, the system here doesn't give black women any grace whatsoever, so you really have to be on their neck. You really have to be on their neck. If you have to cry, if you have to crawl on the floor, girl, you do what you gotta do to be seen, because it took a very long time for me to get taken seriously. So yeah, anyway, it affected my mood so much. I was angry a lot, and because I couldn't sleep, I became quite snappy. Like, I'm not a snappy person. I became quite snappy. Yeah, like I had no energy to cook, no energy to do nothing. Everything just felt like a chore, and it felt difficult. Like, everything just felt super difficult because I was in so much discomfort, so much pain, and I just didn't feel like myself. So I had to eliminate a lot from my diet. So alcohol, not drinking at all, only occasionally though. We love a champagne over here, so I'll just have a glass of champagne occasionally, like literally occasions. I've had to stop eating a lot of things because it what's the word, just to prevent it from growing again or from coming back now. But even back then I had to stop a lot of things. And I know some people were telling me that, oh, like, you know, you didn't have to have surgery, you can take medication, you can, sometimes they'll go on its own. Yeah, this is the case with a lot of people, but when mine was, only surgery could remove it. The surgery was 2 to 4 hours, I can't remember, but I remember them sedating me, and I think they asked me like what was my favorite cocktail, and I was like, porn star martini, and he was like, what goes in it? And I was like, so passion fruit. And I was gone. I was knocked out. And yeah, so they removed everything. They showed me pictures, and I was so grateful. I stayed in hospital for just about a week, I think. So I had an open my I can't say this, I had an open myotomy, I think, myomectomy. Girl, I'll write it on the screen. So it's basically like a C-section. That's what I had. It was very painful. Obviously I was asleep, but when I woke up, I went for the general anesthetic, and they tried to give me, gosh, I'll find the name so I can write it here. And I was just like, no. It was like is it epidural? Yeah, it was like an epidural one on the back, and I was like, no, I'm not having that. And the doctor and the nurses or the team, they were like quite disappointed. They were like, why not? Why do you not want to go for something on your back? Because apparently it's more effective, it prevents pain, and you wake up more smooth. I was like, no, I'm traditional. I rather go for the general anesthetic because I trust it. I know that it's not going to harm my back, it's not going to have any side effects like that. And they were like, oh no, you know, it doesn't have any side effects. Anything that goes on your back, believe me, I don't trust it. And they happened to say that it was mainly black women who were afraid of it. I was like, listen, general anesthetic is there. Why am I not taking it? Why do I need something to go on my back? I said to him, I haven't had my kids yet. I want to push out my children with no problem. Thank you very much. So that was that. It took me a while to wake up from that. So that was another issue. I didn't it took me a whole day to wake up. And I remember my sister came in after the operation. She was like telling me something apparently like really important, and I didn't remember, but I remember her feeding me. I couldn't eat, I was so drowsy, I couldn't wake up. I think the operation was like at 2. My sister came for about 6, 7. And I was so hungry, I hadn't eaten all day. Like literally I was out of it. So she fed me, and then she left, and then I didn't wake up properly until the next morning. But it's because I'm such a lightweight. So anyway, and then after that I was so relieved after I had the operation. But I forgot, like, let me just tell you, if you have a C-section or an operation on your stomach, whatever you do, do not laugh. I had this stupid laugh that everybody started laughing at me because I made a mistake. The nurses were there. I had these lovely black women looking after me, and they made me laugh. When I tell you, I was in so much pain that I cried. I cried. So do not laugh, okay? Do not laugh. But yeah, being at the hospital was a very challenging and emotional time for me because I wasn't mobile at all. Like I told you, I was completely knocked out. I couldn't walk. Going to the toilet was not easy. I always had to get help. They washed me because I couldn't do it myself. My sister was amazing during this time. Oh my god, I'm about to get emotional. I stayed with my sister, and there's days where I mean I couldn't bend over, I couldn't go to the toilet, I couldn't walk straight. I needed my sister would hold me, my brother Shaz would come in often, my friends came to the hospital, they fed me because I couldn't do it. I was so weak, and it was just such a beautiful but sad time. I just really got to see how much my friends and family really love and cherish me. They came to the hospital, kept me laughing. Yeah, although I was laughing like that was my laugh. And then everyone started taking the piss out of me because I'll literally go because anyhow I used the muscles in my stomach, baby, game over, pain. So that was that. Yeah, so it was a lot, not being able to, and it just made me realize how much we take being able to walk, laugh, pee for granted. Like, we literally take these things for granted. Not being able to walk or pee or go to the toilet on my own, make my own food, really made me feel so low, really low. And it just makes me now really appreciate everything. Now I wake up and I thank God for my hands. I thank God for the fact that I can use my legs, I can speak, I can go to the toilet on my own, I can cook for myself, I'm mobile, I can do everything on my own. It's such a blessing, and we definitely take it for granted. But yeah, so that was that. And when I tell you, I feel so much better, so much relieved. My stomach has gone down. I will try and put a before and after so far just to show you, because if you look at this picture, I look about 6 months pregnant. That was my stomach just getting bigger and bigger. Even when I didn't eat, my stomach was big and big and big. But yeah, so to my ladies, if you are having any issues, especially when it comes to your period, if your period is too heavy, first of all, it shouldn't be. Please, this is really common between Black and Asian women, so please check with your doctor. If you're constantly feeling tired, back pain, definitely check it out. Insomnia, these are all symptoms. Fatigue, all of this, loss of appetite, bloating, all of these are symptoms, and unluckily I experienced all of it. But it affected every part of me. It affected my life, it affected my work, but I really tried my best for it not to show on camera. But those who were with me definitely noticed a change in me. I couldn't wear tight clothes, I couldn't wear anything tight. I've not worn jeans in a long time, and that's why I've not worn a tight dress in a long time. Around my birthday I did, but when I tell you, I suffered for that. But God is good, it's all over now. Now I just have to take care of myself, and I wanted to do this video to hopefully help someone out there who's maybe experiencing these things, who has no idea. Some people don't even get any symptoms, but it's there. So please, if you can, check it out with your GP. And the scarring is fading, thank God. I was using bio oil, but that did nothing for me. So my friend gave me this silicone gel thing, which has been working amazingly for me, and the darkness around the scabbing has started happening, removing the darkness from the scar, and I'm doing well. I know I've lost some weight. That was because I wasn't eating. I lost my appetite. I still kind of have, but it's coming back now slowly. I lost my appetite, and yeah, so, and I've given myself the time and the space to heal, the space to just be myself and learn to love myself again, because it really affected me a lot. It affected how I interacted with people, it really affected my life. And I just thank God, because during this time my relationship with God has blossomed, has become even more beautiful. I've given myself 100%. And yeah, I'm just so happy, and I feel super blessed to be here. And thank you guys so much for checking on me, your messages of encouragement. I know some of you have been commenting here, Edwige, where are you? I'm back, baby, I'm here. Your girl had to take that break just to heal. mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. Like, so much was happening with me. 2022 was a blessed year, but also lots of ups and downs for me. Like, in terms of my health, it was really my lowest year I've experienced in a very long time. So I'm just praying to God to help me through this journey, to help me that this year would be a great year, full of happiness, full of Edwige that's full of love, full of good energy, vibrant, and just living her best life. And this is the thing, that you see people living their best life online, you just don't know what's happening behind closed doors. Because let me tell you something, when I went to Italy, when I went to France, when I went to Paris, on all those trips I felt sick. There's times where on all those trips I thought I was gonna faint, because I felt super lightheaded all the time. But regardless, I didn't want it to stop me. But there's days where I couldn't do anything. There's weeks where I was just in my house by myself in the dark and just feeling sick to death, you know. But I thank God that it's all over now, and may the blood of Jesus continue to cover me. May God's powerful hand continue to cover me in the name of Jesus. May the love of God also follow you guys. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate you. I leave the rest of the year in God's hand. May it be a bliss and powerful and successful and a healthy year, all in all. But please, 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 think twice before you leave comments on people's pages about their weight, about their stomach, because you don't know what's happening. And this is what I always say: you're telling me, Edwige, you've gained weight, Edwige, your stomach is fat. I live in my body. Do you not think I know this? Do you not think I look at the mirror before I leave my house? Of course I do. So, you know, just telling people these things, it reinforces the reality of what's happening even more, because it's like, oh my God, people are noticing. The amount of pregnant comments I had on my channel, on my Instagram, there's one that really pierced me right off, and it was towards the end of my journey, because so much was happening. My emotions were all over the place, and I just completely went ballistic. I went crazy on Instagram, because what gives you the right? And the person even left an emoji of like love struck eyes, like, oh, you're pregnant. It's like, no, if I'm pregnant, let me tell you. You don't know what's happening. You don't know how what's happening is affecting me. You know, I tried my best to hide it as much as I could, but it couldn't hide. I couldn't hide it, you know. But yeah, that was it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Your girl is back to I'm posting 2 videos a week. Things are slightly changing over here. Like I said, this is going to be more of a personal journey, and I want to share that with you guys. I'm not going to let people's opinions, people's thoughts stop me from what I want to do and connect to you guys and change the world. So yeah, that's what we're going to do over here. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok, where I share all things fabulous. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.